Welcome back to the show. Believe it or not, Donald Trump has only been president for 7.5 weeks. I know. So for this week's edition of Bunker Talk, I invited Egyptian satirist Bassem Youssef to my sub-SoulCycle panic room to tell me how the hell you joke about autocracy for longer than 2 months.
Bassem Youssef, aka the Egyptian Samantha Bee, is a surgeon turned comedian who created the most popular TV show in Egypt's history by saying things that no one had ever dared say on Egyptian television before.
الحاجات الطبيعية اللي بتعملها الشعوب التانية، جولات، صناديق، نحكم على المرشح بقى ونختار.
Bassem's political satire show sparked a lively public dialogue.
هل يحل لي أن أقتل باسم يوسف؟
And pissed off not one but 2 Egyptian dictators, who bestowed on him the country's highest entertainment award, being forced into exile. You left a repressive regime in Egypt, and you came here just in time for an explosion of Islamophobia.
Yes.
Welcome.
Ain't I lucky?
When you look at someone like Trump, do you feel like you're better positioned to endure his presidency because you've seen so much worse?
Well, let me tell you this. If Trump was running for presidency in the Middle East, he would be classified as a tree-hugging liberal. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, seriously, our dictators in the Middle East would look at Trump and say, like, oh, yeah, that's so cute.
I feel like that will hurt his feelings.
Yes.
But hurting dictators' feelings is Bassem's specialty.
يعني أنا الرئيس أصدرت قرار وديته لجنة المراجعة اللي أنا رئيسها يرجع تاني. مين البرنس اللي أصدر القرار ده؟
قادر بطريقه ساخره اللي هو يكشف عورات المجتمع.
في ناس كتير دلوقتي عرفت ايه الفرق ما بين الديمقراطيه وعكسها.
How many people watched your show?
Between 30 and 40 million per episode.
30 and 40 million.
Yes.
That's half of Egypt.
Yeah.
Wow, that's like Big Bang Theory rerun numbers. So, since you don't really have a show anymore, not using all those viewers, just if you could give a girl a bump.
Oh, of course. جماعة اتفرجوا على فول فرونتال كل أسبوع مع الولاية ديت.
That's me. Mazel tov.
No.
Wrong country.
Back in Bassem's country, Morsi the Magnificent couldn't take a joke and unfortunately did not have to. Bassem was arrested and interrogated by the Muslim Brotherhood.
Writing comedy under this kind of pressure was totally unthinkable. I don't know how we did it. It was tense. We were angry. We were upset. We were under all kind of pressure. And then once we're on stage,
Lights go on.
Yeah, it's like
giant bow ties.
Yeah, doctor. Exactly. It took a toll on me. Seriously, I looked like 10 years older when I was doing the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But thank God, Botox and.
You've had some quality work done.
Yes.
Your breasts are beautiful.
Thank you.
Those are active.
Thank you. Thank you.
Were you surprised by the way authorities reacted to you?
No, I expected it. Mm-hmm. In the Middle East, some of our dictators are like half gods. So by taking that away, now you look at them at like humans who can make mistakes like anybody else, and that's the beginning.
That's the beginning, when a dictator feels foolish.
Yes.
Bassem mocked Morsi for over a year until the president was deposed and replaced by, I guess, a Nicaraguan general. Do all dictators shop at the same dictator store? I don't know. He hated Bassem too. How quickly did you get on Sisi's radar?
Oh, from the very first episode after the election. I just made fun of whatever stupid stuff that they claimed that they would do. For example, that they claimed that they found a cure for AIDS.
Oh.
طب والفيروس؟ الفيروس راح فين؟ أنا أقول لك راح فين.
باخد الايدز من المريض بغذي المريض على ايدز بديهوله صباع كفته يتغذى عليه.
بلاش كفتة النهارده. احرقيها وعقمي الحلة. اعملوا فراخ.
Shocked that someone would mock the science behind the AIDS sausage cure, Sisi shut down the show and hit Bassem with a $13 million fine while angry crowds bombarded his studio, calling for his death.
كده باسم يوسف كده.
So funny. Satire is a powerful weapon that can really change things.
Really? Oh, God damn it.
I know that you guys have this fancy ideas of resisting and revolting, but we had Mubarak, who's a president for 30 years, also known in the Middle East as a very short first term.
Such high approval ratings.
Of course. But you need at least a couple of more decades of dictatorship to know how to resist.
Decades.
Yeah, at least.
Decades.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not gonna work. Americans don't like to wait. We get annoyed when we have to stir the mac and cheese halfway through the microwaving. I don't have to stir it by myself. This is stupid.
Good luck with the revolution.
Tickling Giants opens in New York City today. It will be screening across the country on March 21st. See it, it's great. We'll be right back.